here within the School of Education, we have faculty and students that are working with area institutions like the library and the area schools, kind of going out and thinking about how to revamp the curriculum, working with teachers to kind of say, what might it mean to sort of bring this emphasis on making into the classroom today?
School day is cleaning up so smart. So smart.
The project that I'm working on is called BioSim. We are looking at helping young students, so ages first through third grade or kindergarten through third grade, to learn about really complex systems. So they get to take on the perspective of a honeybee, take on this first-person perspective, act in the system, try to figure out what they would do if they were a honeybee, and sort of use that understanding to then think about complex systems. So they use electronic bee puppets to run around a room. They try to collect nectar from flowers that we've built. The eyes were 3D printed, and so they were created with a 3D printer. These wings were laser cut out of acrylic. And the legs were sort of molded.
It's okay, when one comes in, it's your turn.
They're able to sort of use technology to build sort of their understanding and to get to play and act while they're doing this really complex science. Now we can work with undergraduates who are learning to become teachers and actually give them the possibilities and the idea that there's interesting things that involve making that they can do, and not just for them but also ways that their students can use the kinds of technology. And so we just feel that it's really important to be able to get that message across and be able to invite people in to use this kind of space just for those kinds of explorations.
We have other faculty like Dr. Krista Glazewski that's from instructional systems technology, thinking about how new technologies can really be pushed in area education. And so she's been doing aquaponics and having the kids design self-sustaining fish habitats.
She's working with a couple of the teachers at the Bloomington Project School, and this they're doing with the middle school kids, where these kids are going to learn about a whole ecosystem, and they're designing what type of filters they need. So they're learning some real science content, obviously, and learning about how ecosystems work, or plants versus animals and how they can interact. But they're also learning some pretty interesting things as far as material knowledge goes. They're going to be working with PVC pipes and glass aquariums and things like that. Those are very practical skills that you wouldn't normally get when you're just talking about an ecosystem in a textbook.
So we went through this huge research phase, and then we started to think about, well, what would we want in our systems? And then we started to put them on paper, and we made designs. And then we went to IU, and they gave us tons of materials, and we made models out of foam core. Here's one of them. Well, it was really cool for our group to just see it as this balsa wood model and then have it end up like this.
You almost have to see the space to really understand how this integration of arts and science actually come together in a very holistic kind of way to really push the future of education here on campus.